So, some of the earliest memories of my life were spending time with my granny. No words could ever express the magic I felt when I was by her side. I felt protected, I felt treasured, but more importantly, I felt loved unconditionally. I had a bond with her that I've never felt anyone else in my life, which is exactly why now that she's gone from this earth, I feel like a significant part of me is missing. As I was by her side during her last days, she looked at me as we reminisced, and she said, "We had so much fun, you and me." And we did. We told ghost stories to each other to the point where we decided we were going to write a scary book together. And we did. I was her sister woman, and she was my GR. We played and laughed and dreamed from my childhood onto my adulthood. We even traveled to New York City together after my college graduation, where we rode a bicycle taxi that played loud, embarrassing music. She laughed so hard, and we started dancing. We laughed so hard until we cried that day. So many memories. My granny was one of the strongest women I knew, but it wasn't a loud strength. It was a quiet one. She fought cancer like a warrior, Kelly said. Never once complained or asked God, "Why me?" Even through such hardships, she never lost her faith, and the light that she shines on others never went out. She was one of the most consistent people I've ever known, and that you always knew that with her, you could expect a positive attitude, a zest for life, a ceaseless loyalty to those she loved. A few minutes isn't enough time to list all of her great attributes, but I will tell you this. She was classy, patient, graceful, generous, kind, affectionate, honorable, sweet-natured, and of course, strong. She loved her family and best friends with all of her being. I never doubted once that she loved me. I could see it in her eyes, and I felt it deep inside of me. As some of you may know, she had a special place in her heart for The Wizard of Oz. We watched that movie over and over and over again and never got tired of it. To this day, I'm sure I could quote every word. It wasn't until recently, though, that I began reflecting on why she loved The Wizard of Oz so much. Why was it her favorite movie? But after thinking about it, it wasn't long until I realized that she loved this movie so much because the lessons illustrated in it reflected so many things she held dear. The movie is about the importance of home, and my granny definitely believed that there is no place like home. The movie is about how life isn't about where you go, but who you meet along the way. She knew that was true. The movie was about the magic of life, about dreaming, about overcoming fears, and about realizing your true potential. All things she was passionate about. So today, as we celebrate my granny's life and the beautiful person that she was, in her honor, I'd like to share with you all a few quotes from the Wizzy, as she would call it. Glinda the Good Witch told Dorothy, "You always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself." My granny helped me learn my own power. Ever since I was a little girl, she dreamed the best life for me. She'd always tell me, "You're going to be something one day. You're special." And I believed it. She inspired me to live my life to the very fullest because she always had this beautiful vision of what my life was going to be like, much like my mom and dad. Having someone that loved you so much that they actually dream of your beautiful future is something I will always cherish. I know I've made her proud, but my biggest hope is that I continue to make her proud as she looks down on me. And I know I wasn't the only one she inspired. Because of the incredible person she was, she inspired so many to find the confidence and strength to discover their true potential as well. The wonderful Wizard of Oz once said, "A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others." At times like this, we can tell how rich of a life a person had and lived based on how many people loved them deeply. I'm proud to say I had a grandmother that touched the lives of so many. And because of that, her legacy does continue. It doesn't stop here. Let's all remember that the light she had lives inside of all of her loved ones. And she would want nothing more than to know that we will honor her by passing that very light on to others. This is hard for all of us, But let's remember that Granny lived a life to be truly celebrated, which is why we're all here today. She was one of a kind, a special human being, and we'll cherish every single memory we had with her, every life lesson she taught us, the love she gave us, and everything she made us feel. In closing, I'll tell you this. I know that if she could speak to us all right now, she would smile and say, "Don't be sad, my dear loved ones. Where troubles melt away above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow." I love you and honor you forever, Granny.